Hey guys, welcome back to Jack on Tracks and another episode of the Back Shop. And here we are back on the Overton build. I ordered the sleeper car cab because I had an extra coach, and here it is. Typical print quality. It's pretty decent. It's got one door open, got one made up in a bed. I'll put a couple of people in one of these cars. I have something for that over there. A little risque, but that's the way I roll. And then we have this stove. All right, I have one passenger car that has an interior. That's this one. And I have one that does not. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of build these together. Let's drop this in. How does this look? All right, so, okay, that's perfect. All right, that I like. Some of the other builds, the other cuts, the seats stuff don't line up 100% with the windows. If you slide forward, it doesn't. Slide all the way back, it does. So we're going to do something to keep them from sliding back and forth. I want this to be in the exact right spot. I'm gonna put a board over this window and probably in here, give myself a little more room for the keep alive. Yeah, this base definitely could be quite a bit fatter at the bottom. In honesty, that would have made life a whole hell of a lot easier. I might put a piece of this in the back over here, one end to keep everything lined up. I like the fact that this bathroom can go over here, and that I can cut that toilet out with really no problem. Won't even see the bathroom. So we have a game plan. All right, you gotta remember to black out these roofs. So that's this one. All right, so let's get this show on the road here with these. Let's get these separated into what needs to get done. All right, one. Okay. This one's got the interior. We need to gut this interior out of here. I got the brake hoses here for us to put onto these units, which we'll do. These interiors have to get painted. The interiors have to get primed. The roofs have to get darkened out. And these have to get hit with some dull coat. But if we remember correctly, we had to clean these up a little bit. I'm just going to skip over this part, and we'll come back when I'm done trimming these out. All right, guys, here we are, back at it. All right, these got dusted. The primer, that's good. We hit this with some flat black, and I'll probably come down and do it again once we get. We're gonna come in here. We're gonna do the webbing. We get these hoses put on and thread this thing up. If you remember with the last one, hoping it's there. There's webs around these. These are supposed to just be pins, so we'll clean that up. Now, here's a fun little fact. On the other pictures of these coaches I've seen, the brake cylinder, the brake actuator is on the outside over here. Ooh, maybe don't worry about that color because we're gonna repaint. We're gonna hit this with another coat when we're done. You can look at this and you can see how the molds were starting to wear out when they were making these. Things don't line up right, so the alignment pins are out of whack. All right, guys, we're back. These are all threaded up. Now the question is, do I move this throttle, the brakes? You know something? I'm gonna go with the way they had it planned. Maybe on one of the other units I'll do something a little different, but this one I'm just gonna put it where it's where they got it. So we'll figure that out. All right, that one was sitting there. All right, so we got that done, and we have these little brake parts over here. So let's go under here, and we're gonna need 2 of these. All right, guys, so here we are, we're back. We got the undercarriages complete. Everything's in place. You can see with this shiny plastic, this is fine. I was expecting this. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go back. We're going to give it another coat, flat, and call it a day. All right, so we're going to pop back to this carbine real quick. As you see, the colors we chose. We used this contaminated red-brown for the wash for the seats. We used this gray-green for the interior. One of these woods. We use this wood for the floor. We'll get a little color on these things so we can start moving on down the line. So we're going to go with a little bit more of a luxurious color, lighter color. It's a different color. All right, so when it dries, should dry a different color. Doesn't really matter about this room because, as I know, this room is in the dark. I'm going to do a room that's inside the same color. Is you got to paint the coach. Got to paint the inside walls. This one we don't have to paint the inside walls because you're never seeing across. You're never seeing across it, so we're good. This stuff is really thin. because it's the air. So we airbrushed. Alright, so this will sit and dry up a little bit. And actually, you know something? Let's see how dry stuff is. No, not dry yet. I'm going to light an area to dry. So that's that. That's going to be that. Alright guys, we have the interiors roughly finished up. That is actually, even though it doesn't look like even coverage through the windows, it kind of gives it that old worn look, which I'm kind of liking. Doesn't matter in here because you're not looking through. So that's fine. Alright. This one's done. I gotta hack out this bathroom because that's where we put the Keep Alive. So we'll go from there. But I think right now what I want to do is I want to get the potbelly stove in place over here. It says acrylic, but it doesn't say resin. You know something? It's the worst that can happen. You know what I forgot? This isn't resin. Alright, so that just bonded that really nice. Alright. What am I doing here? Alright, this is the messed up color that I use. It's more of a stain. And that's going on to these chairs. Let's get that done. Alright, so we got that pretty much done. Even though we're going to change the colors, we're going to put the cushions on those seats. And this is going to dry. There's going to be a different... Ooh. Alright, so that's going to dry. This is going to get painted a different color. We're going to see if I can get like a some art on here. I guess I would liven that up a little bit. We're going to let this dry, and we'll come back to it in a day. I got to go to work tomorrow. So we're going to let this dry up. We'll get back to it. I think it's coming out pretty good. I think the little air hose are looking good on there. I think everything on this carbine came out really, really well. So I'm very happy with it. And we're just going to move along to this and do the same thing. We're going to get the lights and whatnot in there. Oh, what we got to do is we still got to paint. We got to black these out. All right, we're going to let that dry up. Let those two dry, and then we'll come back. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that for now. And when I come back from work, we'll finish detailing out the coach. And we'll also want to start putting some people in to get the inside nice and nice. All right. I might go back into that carbine and reposition those people because they're sitting up straight, and it hurts my back thinking about it. So I'm probably going to go back in there and just do a little adjustment on them. And then go on from there. But these are going to get done shortly. And then we'll build the two rectifiers. All right. We'll be right back. All right, guys. So here's what we're going to use. We got these LED strips. We got these bridge rectifiers, and these are 330 microfarads. They are real small, but they're real small for a reason. Because I can't fit much more into there. All right. So let me just get the rest of this stuff out, and I'll show you what I'm going to need. All right. So what I did with the combine was I didn't need to have the whole roof illuminated, the whole thing illuminated. So even with this one, I don't need the whole thing illuminated. So we're going to go with 6. All right. So 6 is long enough. Let's take a look at 9. All right, we're gonna go with 9, And we'll go with 6 in this one because we only need it really over here, so we can get enough light in there. But this is going to go for the whole length of the car. So, all right. So, these are very bright, and I believe these are actually warm white, but they're still pretty dang bright. So what I wound up doing was I wound up taking 2 2K ohm resistors. All right, so these are 2K ohm. These are 1K ohm. I only need 1 of these per assembly. So that's what I'm doing. And let me just get this out. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm using this 1K ohm resistor to be like a end rush resistor. So it's not letting all the power just surge through, which can be a problem. All right, so if you look on here, I'll take a picture of these and I'll put it in there so you can see it. There's 2 squiggly lines, a plus and a minus. Plus and the minus is the side that goes to the LEDs. The squiggly line is what's coming from the tracks. So it doesn't matter what polarity this is coming in, it will automatically turn this side into positive. Doesn't matter. All right. So, and then on this capacitor, this is a 330 16 volt. If you're going to order these, I recommend you order the 24 volt. All right. That stripe on the side is negative. So you want that tied up with the negative side. So we're gonna get these tinned up. Then we can start getting our solder on here. I do this on the occasion. I just find it easier. Take a paintbrush, hit it with the flux. All right, so I just flatten the legs out. Makes life a little bit easier later on. That just tin the solder up on both sides, brings it around, makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so this is the capacitor we're going to use. That's tinned up. So what we're going to do, take the negative side of the capacitor, positive side, negative side. Negative, negative. We got that on there. Oh, that's soldered in. All right. So this is the this is going to go onto this side over here, but kind of what I want to do these two are coming up. All right, so they're coming out. This one I want to tuck in here, and I'm going to solder on my positive. So this is kind of where the fun is. You got to get this wired on here as tight as possible. All right, so basically, if you know anything about electronics, you know more than I do. It doesn't matter what color these resistors are. It's these lines on there. It tells you how many ohms they are. So this just happens to be, I know that this color is 1,000 ohms. I have blue 1,000 ohms, but I'm using this color just so you can see the difference. All right, so do that. Like I said, it doesn't really matter what side of these it goes to. It's just that I want this to get in here nice and tight because I'm trying to make this as compact as possible. So while I'm making it as compact as possible, what I need to do, I need to cover it so it don't short out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it from shorting out. For shorting out, it's a good thing, not a good thing. So there's that. I can put this over here and not have to really worry about it shorting out. That will be out of the way. So the black wire needs to be a little bit long. So that's basically to keep alive. Well, this portion to keep alive. So if you just put this on and soldered this on to those ends, positive and negative, like they're supposed to be, okay, and turn this on, it would come on, it would stay on, you turn it off, and it would go right out. So what you need two resistors. You need one resistor to slow it down. I put two resistors on because I thought it was too bright, and the 4K actually dimmed it down a little bit, and the 4K these two being 4K actually make it take longer to dissipate. So it actually helps out. This is where the fun part is, because these are going to be super duper short. Look at that. That fits perfectly in there. So these tabs here, I can bend these tabs out and solder up, or I can just cut them and solder tight. We'll figure it out. I know in the carbine I put a bunch of shrink wrap on everything, and it kind of made things a little snug to get in there, but we're going to work on, we'll figure it all out better in these, because we know where the shortfalls are. All right. It fits in there even betterer. The floor there. I cut the floor there. That fits in there nice. So that's basically, there's a long one's going in here. That's basically this one. All right. So that's how we build them. Really what's going to happen is these ends are going to get cut down. This end's going to get cut down, and we're going to wire 2 wires between these to get these up in the car. All right, I'm just gonna build the other one and go from there. Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, we have a mess. All right, why would it be any different than any other time? Okay, so let's do a little reorganization, putting some stuff away. So we're just gonna talk about this for a minute. All right, so we have the interior. The interior is done on this. On this one, it's finished, and on this one, it's pretty much finished. My problem I'm having is I can't find anything to use for Windows, so I'm kind of in a little bit of stalemate with that. Also, last night while I was pondering what was going on, I did the roof glass. I think it came out excellent again. On over the bedrooms, I did it in purple. I don't know how good. I mean, it's you can see through it. It's coming through. I kind of like it. So I think the purple is going to look pretty cool. It's going to be different on these. All right, guys, welcome back. We're pretty much done. I lost some audio and I lost a bunch of video. I don't know how. It was recorded. It's showing up corrupt, and the audio is showing that it's there, but it's not making any sense. It's just making noise. All right, so let me set myself up here and discuss with you what I did. All right. So I believe I have the footage of me cutting. I cut these down using the my paper cutter, which worked very well, except that I was a little bit too big. So I wound up having to recut it down by hand, which was easy. So it's not that big of a deal. This side is glued in. This side is just shoved in, and the floor is glued down. I might have put these in with a touch of the Tamiya clear quick cement, but these look really good. I might come back in here later when I find it and put in some curtains. That was kind of my plan, to have curtains on these anyway. This one's good. This one broke both of these hoses. I don't know why these are breaking, but I've used these on tons of models and they never broke. They lasted fine. I don't know why these are just being a problem on this one model. This one also needs the couplers put on. This video is kind of all over the place and I'm not that happy with it, so it's probably going to get severely edited. Now, what I found out over the years, not really, is that the quick dry is pretty much the same strength wise as the extra thin. But if you're doing a large piece, okay, you can tack it really quick with the quick dry, with a quick set, okay, and then go back in with the other stuff and hit it, because what it does make a better bond, because it allows for a longer melting of the materials together. So it's bonding a little bit better, a little deeper. Basically, what I need to do is I get a little I got the Elaine's tacky glue coming. so I can get these roofs on where I'll be able to take them off at a later date. If I ever have to get in there. I don't want to glue these things way down. But that's it. Like I said, this video has been all over the place, and I don't know how it's going to come out in the end because I haven't edited it yet. But these two are done, even though I lost sound, lost video, and everything else. So I'll get some pictures of these on the track, powered up, lit up. I'll add the carbine to it again. Nice set of 3 together, and yeah, that's going to be it. Once again, guys, thanks for watching Jack on Tracks. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification button. Hit that like button. That like button is huge. Even if you don't like this video, just hit the like button anyway. It'll get some of the other crap out of your algorithm. So and it'll help me out. So we what we did was we started from the scratch with this. We wired up the trusses like they're supposed to. We're gonna try a different technique on the other ones. We wired in the keep alives, wired up the keep alives, made the keep alives. We did we painted the inside tops. We colored in the skylights. They came out. I think they came out looking really good. Did the full interiors, and with all the people in it, I think it came out. I think these cars came out looking really nice, and I think they're gonna look really good on the layout. I'm gonna order a new motor, I think, for that, or I'm not 100% sure, or a chassis. I'm not sure because it could be the plug that went bad. I gotta do some more research on that. We're gonna get into that very shortly. Like I said, I only got 2 more cars left, and I have the interior for this, but there's really you can't see in this thing at all, really. So we're gonna go through this, paint up as much as we can, and I'm just gonna do the gallery glass all the way around, make it look nice and nice. And if I can find a person to put in there, I'll put a person in there. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you later.